Hello everyone, and welcome to a new Minecraft speedrunning video. In this video, we're going to be looking at Seed 3, and this one took me 136 attempts, which is really crazy. This run, at first, I thought it was going to be a sub-15able seed, but it just didn't work out. I mean, it is possible for sub-15, but the RNG in this run is necessary. You're going to need good blaze drops, you're going to need good bastion drops, you're going to need a really good dragon perch, and just rerunning the seed for good RNG didn't really make a ton of sense. And I was just looking for a half-good mechanical run with half-decent drop rates, and I was able to get a sub-16, which is really cool. Yeah. So we're doing structureless strats here, which pretty much means, again, just not using a structure for our iron. This means we're going to be mining for our iron. And this cave next to the spawn was really nice. It had enough iron for our iron pickaxe, our bucket, and our flint and steel. And there's actually a lot more iron that I could have gotten, but I decided not to. Stone tools is whatever, and that was completely fine. We grab another iron from over here just because we only got 6 from that vein. And we grab a coal to smelt the rest of the iron, which is nice. Structureless runs are probably going to be pretty prevalent in a lot of seed videos, just due to the fact that you're not going to have a village or a shipwreck near spawn every time or a lot in general. We also get 3 flint drops and 14 gravel breaks, which is not pog, as we needed building blocks, and that's why I mined the extra gravel. We were waiting for the 3rd iron to smelt, and it smelted, and we can make our iron bucket before we go up into this, the overworld, or to the surface, I guess. We grab our wood, and we're grabbing some dandelions and some water, and we're gonna grab dandelions for saturation suspicious stew. So if you add the dandelions to mushroom stew, you get suspicious stew that give you saturation effect, which is really good. You can get, like, I don't know, you'll see later in the video what I mean by how good it is. We grab water, test for ghost water, and are back in time, just in time for the 4th iron to have smelted. We craft some hypermodern stuff with our bucket and our boat, and now we are heading down into the depths, further down into this cave. Or I guess further down into the depths of the world. We're going to be digging down 230, which is perfectly fine. I'm going to be trying to enter 320 in a lot of these runs, and in this run it's actually really good. 310, I think, is around when I entered, which is really nice. But yeah, we're going to have a lava pool down here, and we're going to be entering the nether, and we're going to be getting to the part of the run that's actually cool, and not the structureless section, because the structureless section is going to be pretty boring, and I do it a lot, and it's kind of painful to watch just because I've done so much structureless in the last few days. Anyway, this portal craft is pretty cool, and we're going to be entering at the 310 mark. And so this nether has a lot to unpack. We're going to be needing food pretty quickly here. We're gonna need some brown mushrooms or red mushrooms, obviously, to get to the mushroom stew, and so that we have some food. Sometimes I would kill hoglins, but sometimes not. In this run, I don't kill hoglins. The only place where we can actually get hoglins is they might naturally spawn in bridge bastions, which is the bastion that we're going to in this run, but it didn't work out. I just decided to do my dip route, and kind of ignore the hoglins in this run. And I think the reason for that was just I needed to be leaving the bastion fairly quickly, so I didn't want to waste too much time killing them. And I thought I was fine on food for this one. That movement was not clean there, but I had some pretty cool movement just a few minutes ago, so it's whatever. The movement in this run is not particularly clean at all, but I get a really good overworld split. And this nether split is, I mean, it's not great. It's 10 minutes, but it's not horrible for this nether and how bad this nether was. I was slightly concerned when I saw this nether. It was really far away. Everything was really far away from spawn. The bastion I'm going to right now is extra regional, which means that it is beyond the first 4 quadrants that you spawn near when you spawn in the nether. Yeah. And the fortress is right next to the bastion, and I think it is in one of the first 4 quadrants, but it is still ages away, and having to run to these bastions just takes forever. Or to the bastion, it takes forever, as you can see here. I also craft my suspicious stew right here, and it heals 6 hunger bars, which is crazy. Suspicious stew with saturation is just so good, and is probably the only reason this run was doable. It could have worked without it, but it just would have been so much more difficult, and this run probably wouldn't be sub 16, it would probably be around sub 18, just because of having to deal with the food, and having to reset even more, just to manage the food a bit better. There's so many skeletons right here, but I navigate through them, and this Soul Sand Valley was also not fun. I had one run where I was getting shot at by like 4 ghast at the same time, and it didn't work out at all. I was trying to kill them, but I ended up just resetting that run. There's a fortress on our left, as you can see, and coming into the view right now is the bridge bastion. Yeah. So I actually run out of blocks right here, so I decide to grab some more soul soil so that I have some building blocks going into this bridge bastion, because if you didn't notice, I don't have gold armor yet. So, yeah. We have to get to this gold plinth before any of the piglins and or hoglins get mad at us, which is not an easy task. I manage it okay in this run. I mean, not great, because there's a hoglin up here that just kind of hits me right there, but it's whatever. There's also this piglin up here, but it's easily dodged, and I'm going to be grabbing the gold blocks atop this plinth at the 645 mark, which isn't that bad. I also tossed this piglin some gold, just so maybe it can get a few trades in before I have to do the dip route. This dip route does not get very many piglins at all, and the reason is it's a Soul Sand Valley fortress, and I don't know where all the piglins were in this bastion, but I just couldn't get any a lot of times, which is just a bit of a shame. I also forget to save a gold block, so I have to mine that one. I get a fire res, which is nice, and we splash it, and we are just going to wait for one more trade, and we are going to be heading over to dip route. If I hadn't splashed that fire res potion, I probably would have missed that jump, because I'm bad, and when I'm not careful, I do, like, stupid things. And so, when we do have the fire res potion, and even though I didn't fall into the lava, I know that I probably would have had I not splashed the fire res, which is, like, completely counterintuitive, but it probably would have happened. Yeah, here we're doing dip route, and we get no piglins. We get 2 piglins, which is not good. We get 3. Oh, we get 5, which is half decent for bridge and this bridge bastion. We actually were able to get some from that other side. I expected one to drop, but it doesn't, so I just chucked the rest of the gold into this pit right here. And we're going to be heading off to the right side rampart, so that I can get some obsidian. And there's actually a lot of obsidian here. I forgot to craft gold armor at the golden plinth I had in this run, so I end up having to grab the gold armor from this chest. We also get 2 extra gold blocks, which is really nice. We also get 12 obby, which is always a good sign. Some string too. These piglins over here did not do a very good job of trading what I needed. They did not have any of the ender pearls or anything. As you can see, I only have 5 ender pearls, which means I only had 1 trade of ender pearls so far, which kind of sucks. But yeah, we're just gonna be sitting here for around a minute, waiting for like 2 or maybe 3 more pearl trades, just so that I can pearl to the fortress and pearl around a bit more. And yeah, just sitting here waiting for that ender pearls. This is a Soul Sand Valley fortress that I'm going to be going to in just a second. And Soul Sand Valley fortresses are awful. I hate them. They have so many fortress mobs, and it's just a pain. And as you can see, you're going to be able to see in a little bit, but I just did get so many wither skeletons in this fortress this time, but it's saved by the really good blaze spawn rates in the spawner. So yeah, that's why it was saved. And I pearl over to the fortress here, and as you can already see, there are just 3 wither skeletons chilling in that section. So I realized there are no blazes, which is a bit of an oof. I pillar up here and head towards the fortress, and I fall like an idiot. So I have to pearl clutch, and that was pretty clean, if I do say so myself. And now we are heading actually to the fortress now. And as we peek over this hill, there is 1 blaze and around 50 wither skeletons. So I have to avoid the wither skeletons while I try to kill this blaze. I accidentally get withered right there, which is not a good play. Also, there's just so many wither skeletons. Like, I don't even know what to do. I block off the staircase so no more can come and bother me. And we're heading over to this blaze spawner. I actually don't get very good rod rates. I get around average rod rates, but my spawn rates are really good. And the reason for that is I do something called blaze bedding. Now we're going to craft our beds here so that we can perform blaze bedding. And we're also going to craft 9 beds, which is really cool. 9 beds is plenty enough. I actually got a ton of string in this run. But yeah. I think we're 0 for 4, or maybe 1 for 4 at this point. And we're going to be doing blaze bedding, which clears out so much space around the spawner, which is the fastest way to clear out this space. And this usually gets you really good spawn rates, and I did get really good spawn rates in this run. 11:36, and I think I'm actually going to leave in around a minute just because of how good my spawn rates are. I get a rod there. I think I go 3 for 8 after this set of spawns, and yeah, something around that, sort of. Yeah, I have 3 rods. We also craft some more mushroom stew, and I realize now that I'm plenty fine on food, and I made the right choice of not killing a hoglin on the bridge bastion. But yeah, spawn rates are really nice, and we are... Actually, the rod rates are horrible, though, as I'm now realizing. I think I have 4 rods at this point, which is pretty average, I think. I'm around 4 for 12 or something. I don't know. It's bad rod rates. Don't listen to me when I say it's like good rod rates or bad rod rates, because I really don't know and I'm not counting, but it just feels like bad rod rates. Anyway. I think we have enough rods now. We have 7, which is cool. And it looked like I was actually counting in the run, so that's good on my part in the run. But we're pearling over here, and we're going to be trying to blind travel, and we're going to be blinding at around 13:30. The reason we're not going to be blinding at around 13 minutes is because we are going to be trying to blind into the stronghold. Now, in order to do this, we had to dig down here, which is a bit of a time loss, but it's definitely worth it when it comes to digging down here or digging down in the overworld. I always like to portal into the stronghold or near the portal room just because it just looks cooler, you know? But yeah, we have the gold ore here, which helped me mark where I needed to blind from. And we're going to be blinding 13:30, which is really cool. And we have plenty of beds to one-cycle the dragon, eat some more mushroom stew, and the portal room is going to be right in front of my face, right there. And this is a 1-eye, so I technically only needed 6 rods, but I couldn't, like, leave with 5, which is a bit of a shame. I hope some other seeds have some 2-eye portals, because 2-eye portals are always cool. And we're going to be entering the end, 1350, which is cool. This is not a great dragon perch, as you know, it's a 15xx, which means it's around a minute and a half for a dragon to perch, which is pretty average for me. I don't actually know how average it is in general. I think it's pretty average dragon perch. But I think everything comes together in this run to create a pretty good run. Obviously, it could be sub 15 if the dragon perched really well, but it just wasn't realistic to wait on really good dragon RNG or really good blaze drop RNG. It just really didn't make sense. 136 attempts though for this, and I think it was still a really good run. and I'm really happy with this. I hope Seed 4 is just as entertaining as this one was. Obviously, Seed 3 was a bit of a pain just because of having to route to an extra regional bastion. Just was not good. So yeah. Just sitting here waiting for the dragon to perch. I got this run a few days actually before my RSG PB, but I prioritized the RSG PB because it is a 1620, which is absolutely nuts. This run, and I also got an Icarus PB on that same day. I got a 1303, but I'm not sure if I'm going to post that to the channel yet. Let me know if you want that. This dragon is now perching at the 1530 mark, which is a bit slow, but is still going to be sub 16, and I actually one-cycled this kind of badly. I do 1 to pop it up, and then I'm going to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bed this dragon, which is perfectly fine. It's still going to be a sub 16. This is 1556.96. That's a bit off. I think it's around 1558 is the actual time. But if you did enjoy, I would appreciate it if you did like and subscribe. If you did enjoy the video, please share it.